Rosa Parks is often remembered as a quiet woman who refused to give up her seat on a bus, but reducing her life to that single moment does not do justice to the courage, struggle, and complexity of her character. She was not born famous, powerful, or wealthy. She was born into a divided America, where the color of one's skin decided one's value, safety, and future. Her story is not only about bravery, but also about human imperfection, criticism, and the heavy price of standing up for what is right. Rosa Louise McCauley was born on February 4, 1913, in Tuskegee, Alabama. The America she grew up in was deeply segregated. Black Americans lived under Jim Crow laws that controlled where they could sit, eat, work, and even walk. From a young age, Rosa witnessed injustice. Her grandparents taught her to be strong and self-respecting, but they also warned her about the dangers of resisting white authority. Fear was a daily reality, not an abstract idea. As a child, Rosa often walked miles to school while white children rode buses. She watched her grandfather sit up at night with a shotgun, guarding the family from the Ku Klux Klan. These experiences shaped her understanding of America, not as a land of freedom for all, but as a country struggling with its own promises. Rosa Parks was not naturally loud or aggressive. She was soft-spoken, thoughtful, and deeply religious. Some people later criticized her quiet nature, believing that real leaders must shout or dominate. But Rosa believed strength could exist in silence. She worked as a seamstress and lived a simple life. But behind that simplicity was a strong moral core. Before the famous bus incident, Rosa was already active in the civil rights movement. She served as secretary of the Montgomery chapter of the NAACP. She investigated racial violence and injustice, often at great personal risk. This part of her life is often ignored, leading some critics to claim that her protest was accidental. In reality, Rosa Parks was prepared, mentally and emotionally, for resistance. On December 1, 1955, after a long day at work, Rosa boarded a city bus in Montgomery. When the bus filled up, the driver ordered her and other black passengers to give up their seats for white riders. Rosa refused. Contrary to popular belief, she did not refuse because she was physically tired. She later said she was tired of giving in. That quiet refusal became one of the most powerful acts of resistance in American history. Her arrest shocked the nation. Some praised her bravery, while others criticized her harshly. White segregationists painted her as a troublemaker. Even some black Americans feared retaliation and believed her actions would bring violence upon the community. Rosa Parks lost her job. She received death threats. Her life became harder, not easier. The Montgomery bus boycott followed, led by a young pastor named Martin Luther King Jr. For 381 days, black citizens refused to ride city buses. Rosa Parks became a symbol, but symbols often lose their humanity. She struggled financially and emotionally. Fame did not protect her from suffering. Over time, Rosa moved to Detroit, hoping for a better life. Even there, racism followed her. She spoke out against police brutality, housing discrimination, and poverty. Some criticized her for becoming too political. Others felt she should remain a quiet symbol rather than a vocal activist. Rosa ignored them. She believed justice did not end with one victory. As years passed, America began to honor her. She received the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the Congressional Gold Medal. Schools and streets were named after her, but critics remained. Some argued she was used by political groups. Others claimed her act was exaggerated by history. Rosa never responded with anger. She believed truth did not need shouting to survive. Rosa Parks was not perfect. She struggled with depression. She felt forgotten at times. She lived modestly even after becoming famous. But perhaps her greatest strength was her consistency. She never changed her belief in dignity and equality, even when America was slow to change. Her story forces Americans to face uncomfortable questions. Why did it take so long to recognize such injustice? Why was a quiet woman considered dangerous simply for sitting down? And why do heroes often suffer the most? Rosa Parks passed away on October 24th. 2005. She lay in honor at the U.S. Capitol, a rare tribute, but her real legacy lives in everyday courage, in people who choose dignity over fear. She was not a perfect hero. She was human, and that is what makes her bravery real.